This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Good Monday evening. I'm Amanda Starantino at the RTV6 studios.
And I'm Mark Mullins at my temporary home studio. RTV6 continues to practice social distancing to help stop the spread of COVID-19. First at 7 o'clock here, new details emerging about what led up to Thursday's fatal shooting of IMPD officer Breanne Leith. Court documents reveal that Leith was shot twice in the head. The man accused of shooting her, Elias Dorsey, thought someone was trying to kill him. Leith was one of 4 officers who responded to the scene near 21st and Franklin on the east side. Those documents show Dorsey opened fire when another officer knocked on the door, striking Leith in the head. Dorsey is also accused of shooting the woman who was in the apartment. Medics rushed her to the hospital and she survived her injuries. Dorsey is now charged with murder and attempted murder.
You now have a chance to remember and honor Officer Leith. Officer Leith's patrol car is now on display in front of IMPD's East District offices at 201 North Shadeland Avenue. It will be there until Friday. You can drive by Leith's patrol car, but you must stay in your own vehicle due to COVID-19 concerns. Leith spent her career patrolling IMPD's East District. And a virtual service for Officer Leith will be held this Thursday, April 16th at 11 a.m. Services will be at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Due to current restrictions because of coronavirus, you will not be able to attend in person, and there won't be any public visitation. Instead, you are invited to participate in the funeral service by watching it online.
Today, the Indiana State Department of Health reports 7 new COVID-19 deaths, which is quite a decrease from what we've seen in recent days. However, Indiana State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box says she thinks the holiday weekend may have impacted reporting, and she believes that the number of deaths will increase at a higher pace. Since the pandemic began, 350 Hoosiers have died from coronavirus. 8,236 people have tested positive for COVID-19 in Indiana. That's an increase of 331 new cases from yesterday. A total of 44,539 people in the state have been tested for coronavirus.
Last week, RTV6 told you about the Indiana Department of Workforce Development bringing dozens of employees on board to handle the record number of unemployment insurance filings. RTV6's Troy Washington is working for you to explain how those new hires are making a difference during unprecedented times and what you need to know if you have to file for unemployment.
At this point in time, the claims volumes are so high that we're still struggling to keep up.
Richardson is the chief of staff for the Indiana Department of Workforce Development. He's watched the number of filings climb each week. Last week, there were 130,000 filings done by Hoosiers. Deanne Pointer is a part of that number.
This has been going on. Like I said, I filed March 23rd. I got laid off the 22nd. I even sent him an email this morning, asking him if I've done something wrong, let me know, because I need to get some money coming in.
Because the numbers are higher than they usually are, Richardson tells us those applying for unemployment should utilize the call center first.
It's an extraordinary amount of claims.
To handle the demand, the call center has expanded, and that's where many of the new hires are helping.
We brought on these new people. In the very beginning, they can't do much. They require some training, but we're starting to see the first groups of people that we added really start to add value on a daily basis, and we're still adding more.
Richardson is trying to get new employees to work, but there are requirements for the job.
We've got to make sure, again, that people are capable of working remotely. They've got to be able to do that straight off the bat.
Those filing for unemployment used to be able to talk to someone in person, but COVID-19 restrictions have removed that option, causing the call center to stay busy.
Volume of calls coming into that call center is simply more than sometimes even the computer system can handle to transfer them to someone. So it has been a real challenge.
The Department of Workforce Development is continuing to change their top frequently asked questions as those continue to evolve.
Again, we're committed to the idea of making sure that people understand what's available to them and trying to provide them the level of service that they need at this critical time.
Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
And after talking with us, Deanne Pointer decided to try reaching out to the call center. We'll keep working to get her some answers.
COVID-19's impact has been felt all across Indiana and the world. Businesses are just trying to survive after being shuttered so suddenly. But tonight we found loosening some restrictions in Howard County is actually giving business owners the light at the end of the tunnel. RTV6's Megan Sanctorum introduces you to a man trying to get his business back on track after being closed for 2 weeks.
Jefferson House Floral is just one of many small businesses in Howard County that completely shut down operations for about 2 weeks.
It's been rough for us and other business owners in the community.
Florists, along with places like lawn care companies, repair shops, and dry cleaners in Howard County, are allowed to reopen today as long as they follow no contact and social distancing guidelines. Jefferson House Floral is not open to the public right now, but they are doing no contact delivery and taking payment over the phone. The owner here says right now it's not about making a profit. It's about surviving.
We're just trying to make enough money to pay the bills and get through this.
He says he tried to apply for some of the federal loans under the CARES Act, but between websites being down and banks not being ready to process the loans, he hasn't had much luck.
It's going to be real important, and I fear that a lot of small businesses might not recover from this.
So for now, he's relying on the community and hoping they continue to support small businesses like his.
Small businesses, I think, the backbone of any community. If you go into a lot of small businesses, you look on the wall and there's plaques of softball teams and little league teams and stuff that they've supported over years and years and years. And if they ain't making money, they're not giving back to little league and back to schools and stuff like that. And that's just, to me, it's common sense. You gotta support your small business in your community.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
And if you want to learn more about those business loans, the small business loans available under the CARES Act, or what the restrictions for businesses are in the county, head to our website, theindychannel.com.
And for more than a year, it's been our commitment to help you find a job or the resources you need to get one. And with so many people losing their jobs, you need to know we can help you at hiringhoosiers.com. While you are there, look at the Hiring Hoosiers job board. There are dozens of other positions you can apply for.
RTV6 is partnering with the United Way to get the word out about help available to families through the COVID-19 Community Economic Relief Fund. Money has been dispersed across central Indiana to provide child care to essential workers. Our Stephanie Wade shows you how families are being taken care of right now.
This COVID Economic Relief Fund identified childcare for first responders and essential workers as one of its top priorities, making sure people who are providing necessary services to the community, including grocery store workers, can continue.
We know that this is just an incredibly challenging time for families, and for those that need the service, we're really glad to be able to take care of their children and provide a place for them.
Early Learning Indiana started providing daycare to essential workers a few weeks ago, now watching dozens of children.
We have about 20 of those emergency responders, and then another close to 100 in healthcare.
Early Learning, along with AYS at Your School and the YMCA, are all supported childcare programs through this funding.
There is no time like the present to make sure that your child is still learning as well, and whether they're at home with you or in one of our centers or one of our child care partners, know that there is no time to waste, and we can always be doing things even through this time.
To give families a peace of mind, they're taking many safety precautions.
We are doing temperature checks and other health screenings of every child on their way into our centers. We are doing pickup and drop off outside the doors of our centers so that families aren't going in.
And deep cleaning overnight to keep your family safe while you do the same for us. Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Well, the CSURF funding also assists with food relief, care for senior citizens, resources for mental health, and support for minority populations, including immigrants, refugees, and people of color. We will attach a link to all of those resources at our website, theindychannel.com. You can donate to the COVID-19 Community Economic Relief Fund. To do so, text HELP 2020 to 91999. Again, that's text HELP 2020 to 91999. We have everything you need to know about COVID-19 in Indiana up on our website right now, theindychannel.com. You can find the latest numbers, how everyone is working together to get through this pandemic, the restaurants and businesses that are still open, and other resources. Again, that's available for you at theindychannel.com.
Moving to your Storm Team 6 forecast, the winds are starting to die down after strong gusts throughout the day. If you didn't tie something down outside, chances are it ended in another part of your yard or a neighbor's yard. Let's get a Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory with what to expect the rest of the night. Kevin.
And Amanda, the wind gusts were close to 50 miles per hour today. They're starting to calm down. The sun angle gets lower. We stop some of that mixing, and temperature will fall as well. 44 now. Wind out of the northwest at 16 and not as gusty. Temperatures tonight will fall off as the wind goes calm overnight into the morning hours. It will take a while. It's a gradual process. But your headline for tomorrow morning, temperatures from 30 to about 33 degrees to start your Tuesday.
Fried chicken, fresh baked rolls, perfectly baked pies. Sounds like a pretty great meal. One Indy area family restaurant has it all ready for takeout. We'll show you how MCL is keeping its classic menu going in tonight's We're Open Indy.
And I'm Dave First, coming together to help first responders. IndyCar teams are doing just that inside their Indianapolis race shops. The Sports Extra Spotlight coming up.
Working for you.
RTV6 has been showcasing businesses that continue serving their communities as part of our We're Open Indy campaign.
And if you're looking for a taste of good old home cooking but don't feel like cooking at home, one longtime restaurant has got you covered. RTV6's Brad Brown has a closer look tonight.
During all of this stay-at-home time, people are flocking to comfort food. Well, now you can get all of that to go for any meal, any night of the week at MCL restaurants.
Our core customer comes in 5 to 7 days a week. We have some customers that come in 2 times a day. So to still be able to feed them and for them to still come in is really good. They're happy we're open. They're happy to see us.
Family owned and operated for 70 years. Many of the MCL recipes remain unchanged for 3 generations. And all of those favorites, the mashed potatoes, the fried chicken, the pies, are still ready on the MCL menu.
The funny thing is, the favorites were the favorites before. People are still coming in for stuffed chicken breast. They're still coming in for fried chicken. They're still coming in for macaroni and cheese and green beans. The favorites have not changed. They're the core that we've had since we've opened.
Staffing has been adjusted with the dining rooms closed. Chef Ian is making all the famous cloverleaf rolls and baked goods for several restaurants out of this one kitchen.
When this first happened, that was my job, is to scale down all the recipes so that we're not cooking in these huge batches and we're doing 5 or 6 orders at a time, just to make sure that they're still getting a fresh product and not one that's been cooked all day.
But it's a continued dedication to their customers that's keeping MCL going strong.
You don't really get into food service to make a ton of money. You do it because it's your passion, and everybody that works for us has a passion to serve the customer.
MCL has 5 Indianapolis area restaurants. They're also located in Avon and Carmel. They do continue to have their daily Blue Plate specials as well. And on Thursdays, you can get a slice of pie for 99 cents. This week, it's apple pie. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
And thank you, Brad. I'm sure Hoosiers would not order up snow, but we've got a couple chances, that's plural, when we'll break this cold pattern that changes on the way for the weekend, all coming up.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
And welcome to my house. Welcome to the Gregory home. I have a weather office here, just like you may have a home office as well. If you have a home weather office, let me know. I think that might be pretty cool. Freeze warning tonight. And it won't be the last of the week, I don't think. Temperatures down to about 30 to 33 in that temperature range. Then Wednesday, during the morning hours, may have snow showers Then an opportunity for some light accumulating snow as we get to Friday over the northern half of the state. Temperatures through the evening hours will be cold, and then you see what happens the next 3 days. Our temperatures don't warm up. We should be at 63, not 46 and 48, but that's what we have to deal with the next several days. Currently, 44 in Indianapolis. We lost 3 degrees in the last hour. The cumulus clouds that you see out there, I think they have the greatest curb appeal. Those will fade away tonight early on, and temperatures will fall by morning. The wind will be much calmer. The real strong gusts that have been 45 to nearly 50 are starting to die off, and tonight's wind will gradually drop under 10 miles per hour by morning. 30 to 32, those are the low temperatures expected across central Indiana. From north to south, it'll really be a race against the return of more clouds as to how much these temperatures can fall. But if you're trying to save sensitive plants, you might cover those up. Then don't forget to uncover those tomorrow. Not a lot of sunshine, but some. Temperature of about 46 as we get to the afternoon Tuesday. That's fairly typical. Lafayette, I put an extra 5 in there. If you want some more warmth, that would be the place to go, Tippecanoe County. Watch 7 a.m. Wednesday. You see some snow come in, snow showers moving from west to east, and that will bring with it, I think, just a taste of some winter weather. We do average 0.2 of an inch of accumulation during the month of April. The next opportunity will be Friday morning for some accumulating snow in the northern half of the state. Whatever happens changes to rain, though, as the temperature hits 45 in the afternoon. The weekend change that I alluded to, at least back into the 50s Saturday, then 60 degrees with a chance of showers on Sunday. We will make temperature progress.
That's good.
All right, Kevin, thank you for that. IndyCar continues to wait for its season to open later this summer. Until then, several teams are working to assist the front lines in the fight against COVID-19.
In fact, call it some high-speed help. Sports Director Dave First with the Sports Extra Spotlight.
Whether it's on the track or in the pits, IndyCar moves fast. Ideas here, innovation out there. And even when things do slow down, like they have inside Andretti Autosport, the minds are still working.
Michael, how did all of this begin?
You know, when all these problems were coming up, you know, we had a meeting with the team, and I challenged everybody to figure out what we could do. And so actually my daughter got a hold of Stratasys.
Stratasys is a 3D printer used to make plastic replicas of parts, but these days it's now making visors to help put together over 120,000 masks for first responders to use.
You know, this is something that we've never experienced, so we get our minds together and we say, okay, how are we going to get out of this?
Meanwhile, just down the road at Chip Ganassi Racing, the machines are also working around the clock after calls were made to the Indiana Economic Development Corporation and more.
When you put a bunch of race engineers together, just Katie bar the doors.
We just pretty much carpet bombed everybody we could, including the IEDC, for ideas and avenues where we could help, and tried to play to everybody's strengths and leverage all the connections we could.
In addition to masks, they're also fabricating intubation hoods to keep doctors and nurses safe at IU Health. And by the way, doing so with social distancing, not needing any staff on hand.
Chip Ganassi was extremely supportive of all of our efforts, and all of our partners, Husky Chocolate, NTT, PNC, have all been super supportive and super interested in what we've been doing.
Andretti and Ganassi joined Penske and McLaren, among others, in this unified effort. Someday, IndyCar will be back to racing, and it can't come soon enough. But for now, the needs are pressing.
The racing community comes together unlike any other, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You know, we're going to come out of this a stronger team, and we're probably going to come out of a stronger series and a stronger nation.
Yeah, the level of creativity is pretty high. I don't know if we're quite to Apollo 13 level yet, but I don't know, maybe I'll watch that movie tonight.
No question, the inspiration is there. Day First, RTV6 Sports. Hey, we continue our RTV6 senior salutes to the outgoing spring sport athletes, and a big salute to not one but 5 seniors with the Edinburgh tennis team. Haven Link has 11 varsity letters in 5 different sports. She's joined by Sophia Palmer with 9, Katie Roberts, Madison McGaha, and Emily Chapello round out this group. Really looking forward to this final season. A proud group with high GPAs to boot. Congratulations, girls. If you'd like to nominate a spring sport athlete, email me at dave.first@wrtv.com.
Working together, working for you.